Hello, my name is Lottie and I am one of the writers of Ocean Madness. Ocean Madness is a new musical and it's set on a cruise ship and explores the family dynamics and fun and frivolity of a cruise and new relationships and old relationships and fresh starts. So we have the people who live on the ship. We have Carl, who's the captain. We have Naomi Sharpman and Ellis Sharpman, so they're a little family of three. And then we have the Alderson girls. We have Amber and Joan Alderson, and they come onto the cruise. And then we also have Cheryl and Esther, Esther works as the jazz singer on the ship, and Cheryl works for one of the companies, and she comes onto the ship to inspect. But more about that later. I think that's all the characters I should know. Probably would have been about 5 years ago. In the summer holidays, I went on a cruise. I went on 2 cruises. I went to one to Amsterdam, a Fred Olsen cruise, and another one was a Royal Caribbean cruise. And the Fred Olsen cruise, Fred Olsen's quite an oldish type cruise liner. So there wasn't much for me to do. There was no one my age. So at the age of probably about 16, 17, my imagination just ran wild and I just came up with this whole idea just whilst I was on the cruise myself of, oh, what if this happened? What if this happened? And we're at the captain's table and all this. And ever since then, I just had this idea, and the first name that came to mind was Ocean Madness, and that name has just stuck ever since. And it didn't quite work, but then nothing worked better. And then on the second cruise I went on, it just came more and more solidified, and I didn't do anything with it until 2019, when I had my Adele moment, I call it. You go through a breakup, and breakups are just the best source for creativity. And then ever since then, during lockdown and everything, the rest is history. Surprisingly wasn't, because it just gave us such a purpose every day that we would wake up. So first it started with me and Harvey Evich, who's the composer, and we would just FaceTime every day, and I would just go out to my little outhouse, put him there, and I would come up with lyrics and the story, and then he would then be like, oh, do you like this, and play this, and then we got Jenna on board in the summer, and yeah, we just have written most of it not being in the same room, which is crazy when you think about it. It's so hard because as a writer, you sew yourself into all the characters in some way, shape or form. So I feel like I am a hybrid of Amber and Naomi. I have Naomi's just kind of like strong, independent woman, boss babe vibes. And then I have Amber's just kind of young naivety, energy, and love and zest for life. Yeah. There was a banging song called Better Off With Me, and it was the first song that I ever wrote, and that was literally the first thing that was to do with Ocean Madness, and it was such a good song, and we had to cut it because, well, I didn't want to, but you can't be precious about that sort of thing if it's for the benefit of the show. But yeah, Better Off With Me was one to cut, and also, what else? Welcome Aboard! Oh my God! So that would have been the opening number, and it was a big showbiz number, and I love showbiz. And yeah, we had to cut it because we didn't have an ensemble, and it would have been a bit sad otherwise. It's gotta be What If. What If is my song. That song. So this is a good story. That What If, me and Harvey wrote it. I snuck him into Trinity Laban. I hope Trinity Laban don't sue me for this. But I literally snuck him in, and a whole evening from like 5 till 9:30, it closes at 10, we were writing What If from the point of view of the brother and sister. The brother doesn't exist anymore. He's dead, whatever. And so it was between the brother and sister, and then I wrote another version of What If to do with my breakup. And then Harvey was like, you've got to write this version just for you. And we saved that version, just put it in a little pocket and left it. And when we revisited the story of the show, Harvey said to me, we have to put that version of What If back in. I was like, oh, you can't do that. That's heartbreaking. But as What If is today, it is still the heartbreaking version of my breakup. Oh my god, what a good question! Okay, so I would love, Rob Houchin to play Ellis, Carl to be played by Peter Carey, Naomi played by Samantha Barks, Joan played by Julie Walters, Amber played by... Who would I want Amber played by? There's a really good grad who's just left Trinity Narbonne called May Tether. I would love her to play Amber. Cheryl, ooh, Jazzy, not a clue. Me, I'll be that role. Come and see Ocean Madness. It is a new musical, support new writing. It is the first time that this will ever be on stage, so you will see the debut and you will be able to say, I was there when Ocean Madness was first on stage.